Questions regarding George Russell's future are keeping many Mercedes and F1 fans up at night, wondering what might happen if he doesn't perform well enough. Could it be the end of an era for one of the sport's rising stars, or will he rise to the challenge and cement his place on this team? Let's find the answer to these questions in this video. And as always, be sure to hit the like button and subscribe for more Formula One content. George Russell, a young British driver with what looked like a bright future ahead, made his Formula One debut in 2019 with Williams Racing. With a relentless attitude and exceptional driving skills, Russell quickly became one of the most exciting prospects in the sport. He earned the nickname Mr. Saturday for his outstanding performances in qualifying, where he consistently outperformed his more experienced teammates. His impressive form did not go unnoticed by the top teams, and in 2022, he received the golden ticket to join the Mercedes team. Now, Mercedes have been dominating the sport for the past several years, winning 7 consecutive Constructors' Championships and producing several world champions, including Lewis Hamilton and Nico Rosberg. Well, how does he go from this to now having rumors of losing his job? We'll get to that in a second. 2022 was definitely a challenging year for Mercedes. They had lost the Constructors' Championship to Red Bull, and the team was struggling to keep up with the pace of the new regulations. The introduction of a new car design and significant changes to the engine and aerodynamics left the team scrambling to find the right balance and performance. Russell's arrival at Mercedes was much anticipated, and he was expected to play a vital role in helping the team bounce back. Despite being a rookie, Russell showed exceptional maturity and composure, seamlessly fitting into the team and quickly establishing himself as a key contributor. He faced a lot of fierce competition from his teammate Lewis Hamilton, who had won 7 world championships and was already considered one of the greatest drivers of all time. However, Russell rose to the occasion several times, consistently outperforming Hamilton in the latter part of the season and scoring more points than his teammate. But with Red Bull dominating the 2022 season, Mercedes was under immense pressure to catch up with them and stay competitive. This meant that Russell faced even more pressure to perform and prove his worth to the team. The question everyone is asking themselves is if Russell actually are a championship-winning driver. Keep watching to find out. Can he deliver? And as George Russell enters his second season with Mercedes, the big question on everyone's mind is whether or not he can deliver for the team. After all, Mercedes has been the team to beat in Formula One for the past 8 years, but last year, they struggled to keep up with their competition. Now, some experts believe that Russell has what it takes to become a top driver in Formula One. Now others are not so sure about him. They point to his relative lack of experience compared to Hamilton and question whether he can handle the pressure that comes with driving for a team like Mercedes. So can Russell step up to the challenge of being a top driver for this team, especially with the added pressure to perform? One thing is for sure, he has a lot to prove in the coming years. He needs to show that he can consistently deliver strong performances and help Mercedes get back to the top of the sport. His strengths as a driver include his speed, consistency, and adaptability. He has also shown a willingness to take risks, which can pay off in races where the conditions are unpredictable or when overtaking opportunities arise. The pressure is certainly on for Russell, but he seems to be taking it all in stride. "I know what I'm capable of, and I know what this team is capable of," he said in a recent interview. "It's just a matter of putting everything together and executing on race day." Pressure to perform. Now the pressure is not only coming from his team, but also from the media and fans, who are closely monitoring his every move. He is aware that any mistake or misstep could result in intense scrutiny and criticism, which could further affect his confidence and performance on the track. Former Formula One world champion Damon Hill believes that Russell has to do the hard work in the coming years that Hamilton has done in previous seasons, both in the car and behind the scenes. In a recent interview on the F1 Nation podcast, Hill explained the added pressure on Russell, saying, "George has to work very hard. He has to make himself a valued asset of the team." However, Hill also pointed out that Russell has more to prove than Hamilton, stating, "He's the one that has to do all the hard work. I think Lewis doesn't have to. They know what they've got with Lewis. They know giving Lewis a small chance, and he is going to be back on top form and can deliver those extraordinary races. They know George can do that too, but he has yet to prove all that. Considering all of that, he has been consistently outqualifying Hamilton in every Grand Prix so far this season, but he still has a lot more to do to solidify his position. Now, it's not just the pressure to perform that Russell has to deal with. There's also the pressure of maintaining team dynamics as the Mercedes team navigates through a difficult period. Hill touched on this as well, saying, "It's a team sport, so it's not just about what you do behind the wheel. It's about how you work with your engineers, it's about how you work with your teammates, and it's about how you manage the team dynamics." The consequences. Now, as the youngest driver in the current Mercedes lineup, the question remains for George Russell. What happens if he fails to deliver? His future at Mercedes is at stake, and the pressure is mounting on him to perform. If Russell fails to meet the expectations of Mercedes, the team may have no choice but to let him go. The risk of being fired is a reality for every driver in Formula One. It is a high-pressure sport, and the consequences of failure can be significant. If Russell is let go by Mercedes, it could have a significant impact on his career prospects. However, there would still be opportunities available to him in the sport. He has already attracted interest from other teams, and his raw talent and potential could make him a valuable asset for any team looking to build for the future. Now, it could have wider implications for the team. Mercedes is one of the top teams in Formula One, and their competitiveness is crucial to the sport. If they are not performing well, it could have a negative impact on the entire sport. It could also impact the team's reputation and their ability to attract top talent in the future. But for now, the focus remains on Russell's performance and whether he can live up to the high expectations placed on him. The stakes are high, but if he can deliver for Mercedes, it could be the start of a long and successful career in Formula One. So what do you think? Will George Russell get sacked? Should Mercedes give him more time to prove himself before considering letting him go? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. And as always, don't forget to like and subscribe to keep up with the world of Formula One.